The issue we need to know is that with what can we perform tayammum? Here in the verse, Allah has said, Su'idan tayyiban, that is dry soil or the dry mud. But the scholars clearly say that anything which when it is burnt does not melt, or which when burnt does not turn into ashes, can be used for the purpose of tayammum. So now making a list of all those things which will melt when they are put in fire, like all forms of plastics and nylon and rayons, synthetic cloth, and all those things which are made out of plastics, and then glass. Because glass, although it melts at very high temperature, but it does melt. And all the utensils which are made up of glass. And then steel and metals, because metal again does melt at very high temperature, but in anyhow it does melt. So all forms of metals, may it be steel, brass, bronze, iron, they cannot be used because they melt. And then the things, and wax also melts. And then things which burn to ashes when they are burnt or they are put in a fire are like paper, cardboard, wood, cloth, wool. All these things would burn. But the things which none of the two above happens would be like mud, soil, stone, sand, cement, gravel, all forms of pottery or utensils made up of mud and pottery, marble, chalk, lime. So a person who is sick, we may just put a small piece of stone close to the bed, or we may just put a small pot made out of clay or pottery, or we might just put a piece of marble on the bedside for the patient to use while tayammum.